The biggest economy in the world has its own set of unknown facts that make it underrated. We are here to present the United States as the second country on the list of Mapgination's virtual fact tours. Let's get straight into it. Fact number 1, Zip Code Building. We all know that zip codes are a set of numbers assigned based on the density of the population of a zonal area in a country. But did you know that there's a building in the US that carries its own zip code? Given the number of companies that started to have their business offices in ESB, the US government decided on providing a designated zip code for the Empire State Building in 1980, making it the first such building in the country. Today, there are over 43 buildings in Manhattan alone with their designated zip codes. Crazy, isn't it? Fact number 2, Land of No Language. The US has been regarded as the land of opportunities. No doubt about that. It resulted in an afflux of immigration that started to pour into the country. Today, more than 51 million people are residing in the country as immigrants from varied cultures and countries. Such a magnitude indicates that there must have been diversity in terms of languages, thus offering a perception that the US might have a lot of official languages. That perception got shattered today as we got to know that the land of opportunities also happens to be a land of no official language. The declaration at the time of independence included some snippets that the country is free and every citizen has a right to choose what they want to speak and how they want to communicate. Although the 13 colonies at the time had the majority of English speakers owing to British ancestry, it spurred throughout the country, making it a dominating language. Till today, the US Constitution provides the right to the individual states to have their official languages, but the country as a whole is still finding an answer to whether there is a possibility of declaring English as the official language. Fact number 3, Infamous portions. All right, I get it. But someone's got to tell the US that their food portions are something out of this world. The country has already been witnessing a surge in obesity rates, thanks to the food portion per serving, which is the biggest contributor. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, the US had an average food intake of about 3,782 kilocalories per person. Do you know the recommended intake for an average American? The FDA recommends an average intake of around 2,800 calories for an American person with an active lifestyle. Do the math to know why the US has some of the highest obesity rates. Fact number 4, Necessity for cars. The US has the highest number of cars per capita in the world relative to their population size. Being sparsely populated areas, it is also the 23rd least densely populated country in the world. Now, what does population density has to do with the number of cars owned? The US has some of the worst public transportation systems in the world. The US cities were planned for work purposes and not for living as such, thus the reason why it costs so much to live in a city. People resort to suburbs in such a case, which were not developed for transit systems. Since a larger chunk of the population resides in suburbs, they tend to have a hard time getting around, thus inducing them to purchase more cars for every member of the family. It has not only resulted in more carbon emissions but also contributed to a rise in hours spent by an individual in traffic over the years. Okay, we are about to declare our last fact for the country. Did you know about any of these facts? If not, then we request you support us by subscribing to our channel, so we could bring more videos every week to enlighten you and the community about facts and cultural videos from other countries. Here we go. Fact number 5, Concrete for two-way lane road. Who doesn't know about Hoover Dam? The most picturesque dam in the world, situated on the border of Nevada and Arizona, received much intended recognition when it got placed in a game known as GTA San Andreas. But did any one of you know that the mammoth of a structure resides so much concrete in it that is good enough to make a two-way lane road from NYC to San Francisco? According to the Bureau of Reclamation, over 5 million barrels of Portland cement and more than 4.5 million cubic yards of aggregate were used for the dam. It is also found to be good enough to heat and bake over 500,000 loaves of bread per day for 3 consecutive years. Okay, I won't take much of your time. Hope you would share the video with your friends and family to enlighten them about the US. Until then, keep up with the cultures.